All right, good morning. Excited to be back for another episode. We got a lot of fun things that we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about the recent YouTube episode that came out in regards to how to get leads generated through social media. We're going to talk about how to get deals from investors. Most of my past clients are solely investors. Same thing with Israel that's here on this call and a lot of other realtors that we work with. We're going to talk about the new group that's coming over to Real Broker, as well as our brokerage team, and then the top producer real estate workbook that we just barely put together. So super excited to have Israel and Jen on the call representing Arizona. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. All right. Well, let's rock and roll. If you haven't watched these before, we go live every Thursday, the leadership group on our brokerage team. And the whole idea was to lower the failure rate. We can do that by providing more free training, and we can do it faster if we're all together offering this. Our leadership groups all over California, Arizona, Utah, Tennessee, Florida, all over the United States. And it's really fun to take everybody's perspective, come together, and offer advice on different topics. So if you're watching this live on Instagram or watching this on YouTube, feel free to write or drop any questions. We want these calls to be very interactive and just for your benefit as much as we can. So these are the topics we're going to cover. Excited to have Jen and Israel on here to give a different perspective, and let's rock and roll. So recently we had our topic on investors on our free Tuesday call. So if you're watching this and you haven't heard of this, every Tuesday for now three months, we do a free live 30-minute call. We take realtors that are closing deals in a certain prospecting method, and then we train on how to replicate that in the next 72 hours. And we give you some activities, homework, videos to watch so you can go get business under this prospecting method. So we talked about investors. Obviously, Israel, you've done a lot with investors. I've done a lot with investors. So kind of walk us through what we talked about on this call.
Yeah, I think the main thing is, well, a couple main things. Number one, agents are afraid of working with investors because I think they don't understand them, right? So number one is, that's one of our main teaching pillars for that call was to learn, right, about how to work with investors. I mean, how to talk to them. So a lot of books and podcasts that we recommended, they can go listen or read to get familiar with real estate investment. Because if the more knowledge you have, the more confident you are, right? So a lot of agents might not be confident because they don't have the knowledge. And number two will be letting people know, like I shared on the call last time, on my case was the opposite, right? I was so heavy into investing that people didn't know that I did traditional real estate. So sometimes I miss out on deals because they thought I was doing only investment deals. So sometimes people, they see us as a realtor and they call you for, to buy or sell. If they have a referral for you, they will love you for that. But until you start telling them, hey, I can help you with real estate investing, they wouldn't know to reach out to you. So I think it's exposure, like you always talk about. And number two would be getting the knowledge so you can get the confident, right? Get the training. That way, when you make a phone call, you know who you're talking to, how to qualify an investor, how to find deals. Believe it or not, I said this all the time, and some people kind of laugh at me, but I found probably 95 to 97% of my deals on MLS. So you just got to know how to find them. And honestly, there is no deals on MLS. You need to make the deal, right? So when you're looking at property, sometimes I was talking to a couple of agents during the week, and they send me a few things. Like, there's no money left right there. I said, I get it. So you got to call the listing agent. You got to negotiate, right? Like, it's a lot of things that go into it, but the deals are not there. You got to make the deal for your clients and put it all together for them. But you got to show your value, your negotiation skills, right? Help them out with contractors and all that stuff. So build your network. Yeah, it's a fun place to be. And I think like you mentioned, I mean, is that easy deals. Once we have Frankie in Kansas City, I think he's killing right now. He had a couple of deals. He's about to close one, hopefully there tomorrow. And he called me last night and he's like, man, I'm loving this investment side of the business, right? Because it's so much easier. It's like, there is no feelings. It's just math, numbers, right? If it makes sense, they'll buy it. If it doesn't, they'll pass to the next one. So, and then, like in my case, in your case, we have clients that they're buying multiple And when we say multiple, like in my case, I'm doing 5 or 6 deals a year. So if you have 2 clients, that's 12 homes a year, and that's sometimes any agent's goal, just to sell 10 to 12 homes a year, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with this call was strategy. Most realtors are trying to go get 12, 15, 20 deals with different clients. Why not go get 4 clients that will do 2 deals each that year? And that's 8 deals. Now you're halfway to your goal if you're trying to sell 16 homes. So for example, Jen, I know your goal is 15. And as you start seeing people do more investment deals, especially Israel out in Arizona, you're realizing, oh, maybe I could add another 5 deals, another 50,000 to my bank account by simply going and getting 1 or 2 investors that pick up 2 or 3 properties each. And holy smokes, I just added a whole chunk to my business. And so that's what we talked about on this call, is how do we do that? So for example, if you're watching this and you don't do a lot with investors, here's the easiest thing you can do. Simply go put on your Facebook, send an email out to everybody that you have in your Gmail, Yahoo, or AOL account if you're still using AOL. And then, or do an Instagram story like it shows right here on the screen, or just pick up the phone, go to Google Maps and type in title reps and mortgage loan officers. And then just call or post that you have a duplex available in Kansas City. Do you know the numbers, Israel, on those, or should we do the Atlanta one?
No, that's fine. They're 270, and they bring in rents about $2,500 a month. They're actually underrated. Under rented. Like, yeah, market value for those, they should be probably in the 28 to 29, but
okay, so
they've been there for a while. So
let's just pause there. So if you're going to send out an email or you're going to make a post, I have 2 duplexes available. Rent is around $2,800 for about $270. Comment below investment or DM me if you have any questions. That's it. Just push that out to your database. And then when they call you, say, hey, yes, I have a realtor, or I know a realtor that works in Kansas City, or there's another one in Atlanta for $200,000. It's 2 buildings with 2 units each. And then reach out to us, and then we can connect you guys with the listing agents. So again, very simple, but you have to have that database of investors to then present the deals to. The deals are easy to find, and we talked about that on the free call. So again, if you're not on these calls, just comment worldwide free training down below, wherever you're watching this or rewatching it, and then shoot either of us a DM on Instagram or shoot me a text at 702-525-5766. We'll get you in on these calls. But again, no one's training on this anywhere, at any brokerage. No one's going to walk you through like the actual step-by-step process to get investors. That's why on our brokerage team, we have Israel that runs now a bi-weekly. We just moved it from monthly to bi-weekly training on investors so that more realtors can do more deals by working with investors, being more strategic versus having to work so hard for all the new clients. So if you want to get on that, you're watching that, comment free worldwide training down below, and we'll get you in on these calls. Okay, let's go to the next one. So we had a new YouTube episode come out for our group, and that was on social media. So Israel, you recently added me to a Facebook group with 30,000 realtors worldwide.
380,000.
180,000. Holy smoke. Is that worldwide or is that just in the US?
I think it's on the United States. I got to check, but yeah, I don't think so. I think maybe Canada, right? So
crazy.
If you consider that international, I don't know, but yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so walk me through like what you and I are seeing over and over and over on that page.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because you have 380,000 agents in there, and probably I'm going to say 90% of them, they're asking. Sadly, some of the posts are kind of like, hey, a couple of them that I saw that they kind of make you think a lot. They're like, hey, I'm not making any money in real estate. What type of side hustle should I do, right? Instead of focusing down on real estate, trying to find a part-time job because they're not getting enough leads. And the second one is that say, hey, what source of leads are you guys using to get more business? I send you the one about, using realtor.com as its source, and people complain about paying a lot of money and not getting what they need to get. It's just, it's interesting because that's the number one topic, how to get leads or how to get business. And a lot of realtors are struggling right now. A lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy when you added me. It was 7 posts within 2 days. How do I get leads? How do I get leads? So what I'm doing on YouTube is I'm making a 12 video series of how to build a business from scratch as a realtor to go make $500,000 a year. I've done that myself. I've also a lot of realtors do that as well. And in order to get to that point, you have to learn how to generate leads. If you can't generate enough leads, you'll never get to that point. So last week we talked about outbound prospecting, the open houses, the door knocking, the database, the investors, the FISBO expires, that stuff. Build your business on that foundation. And it comes from the core 4, like you guys see on the screen with Alex Ramosi. Talks about there's 4 different ways to get leads in his book, $100 million leads. So that was last week. This week, we talked about how to do that on social media. So Jen, Israel, and I are all in a mastermind on our brokerage team. Jess in Southern Utah organizes and runs that and is building out all the training, the platforms and the workbooks and the modules for helping realtors do more business on social media. But we broke that down in the episode, and there were 3 ways that we talked about how to generate leads on social media. There was ads, running strategic ads, building out your YouTube content, and then building out your social media, coupled with having the right DM strategy on the back end to talk to people as they follow you, as you grow your page. So what are 1 or 2 things that you guys not only learned, obviously, from that, but that you have been learning on our brokerage team from social media, whether it's ads, YouTube, or Instagram?
I think the biggest one is just eating what you kill, kind of that mentality, and making sure that you are obviously putting out the content for social media, but also like getting your hand raisers and being like, hey, welcome to my page and welcome. It's like, I hope you are doing great. It's like, are you just here for the content, or are you actually wanting to buy a house? Like just making those connections and just making those conversations, because I think that's one of the biggest thing. I know, like when I look back on the last 3 years of my real estate journey, is I honestly wasn't having enough conversations with people. And it was one of those things where it was just like, oh, let me put up a post and let's see what fish bites. It works sometimes, but it's like a very small percentage. But now it's like that DM strategy with social media, it now like I can get more and I can qualify them or disqualify them ASAP and be like, okay, it's like, are you just here for the content or what? So I know that was probably my biggest takeaway. And my second one was the eating what you kill mentality. And I have to go out there and hunt every single day, either like with the investor side or the social media side or the FISBO side. Like it's an everyday grind. It's just not like hey, look, let me just do it for a little bit and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, and even applying that to social media, right? A lot of times realtors will post and they're like, hey, 10 people liked it. It's like, no, those are 10 leads that if you were to follow up and DM, hey, I saw you like my post. Are you here for the content or are you here for anything real estate wise? Okay, great. Do you know anyone that is? Like it's that hunter. Like look at your social media as a platform to basically throw your line in the water. And when fish are biting, when they're liking, commenting, when they're watching your stories, those are free leads. You just have to see it that way and engage with them, have a strategy in the back end to talk to them like a human, and then boom, you can convert them. I mean, Israel, you've been seeing that. Like the more you've posted on your stories with the investor stuff, the more you're getting those DMs.
Yeah, it's just like we talk about it, you need to be intentional about the things you do, right? Like, and also treat it as a real, if you want to get leads out of social media, you got to treat it as a prospecting pillar. So I like the part in the video, in this YouTube video. I mean, first of all, it's a great video. It has a lot of information, probably more information you're going to find in any other training video.
You know what's funny? I was telling my wife last night or the other day, I was like, midway, like the 20-minute mark through that video, I like had this thought. I was like, holy crap, I'm giving a lot away.
Yep, you did.
An hour-long episode. I was like, I got to speed this up. But I just get so passionate about it. I was like, I had to go through all the details, and I was like, man, this is a lot longer than I thought. So to get it at 37 minutes was pretty impressive for me. I just had to throw it out there.
And also, what people don't know, there is no editing, right? Like you just went with what you know. So that's the part I like about this type of training, because it's not scripted. It's basically what is on you. It's not like cutting and redoing it. It's just 1 40 minutes stream, basically live, right? Like any training. So But yeah, so the scheduling part on that too, right? You got to put it as Jen was talking about. So if you're going to use that as your prospecting method, it needs to be scheduled like you schedule open houses, like you schedule call them first one expires. So if you don't treat it the same way, then it won't grow, right? If you just throw something out there and see what happens, you'll get that. See what happens, right? But if you want to be something that you can track and work on it, then you got to schedule it. You got to be intentional about it, right? So another things that we've been doing is instead of passing out business cards, when we're at the doors or open houses, we just shoot them out a link to Instagram. Say, I don't know if you're on Instagram or not, but here's my link. Send it out. So now you have the open house leads actually following you on Instagram. So that's great.
Yep. I had heard once that social media, when used properly, is basically like hosting an open house, right? Like when you host an open house, Jen, you're doing a bunch of those and getting a lot of deals from it. Is why in the world would you host an open house? And as people come in, why would you not talk to them or approach them? Same thing with social media. When you learn how to do social media right, and you understand that all those eyeballs and all that engagement is basically just leads coming into your platform. You just need to know how to engage with them. Boom. It's like everything kind of takes off once you understand that principle. So anyways, if you want to, if you're a realtor and you love social media and you want to make this a dominant pillar or one of your pillars to go get leads, I don't think there's a better team that can help you do this with my help, with Jess's help on the back end, with us teaching you about ads, YouTube, social media, and all the different ways to go get business. So if you're curious about that, comment social media down below or shoot one of us a DM on Instagram, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. There was a realtor I talked to yesterday about possibly joining our team, and she was like, yeah, but you guys train on social media. I was like, yes, we do. It's not the thing we talk about, but yes, if you want to go the social media route, we have plenty of stuff to help you understand how to do that. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about, so we have this big announcement, and it'll kind of come out in the next couple of weeks. But we just landed this massive group that is coming from Montana. One of the most well-known brokerage teams in Montana just moved their entire group over to Real. And there's going to be a handful of agents that filter through our brokerage team for the training and the culture and the support, in addition to what they're getting in Montana. So I just wanted to talk about this. I mean, really cool. Like Johnny, who's on our team, he was the one that had the connection here. I talked to them for a little bit. My wife is from Montana, so this was really cool to be able to connect with them. But now our team will be open and available in Montana, which is super cool because now we're in California. Let's see if I can do it off the rip. California, Utah, Montana, Arizona, about to be Texas, Florida, Minnesota, Colorado, Atlanta, Tennessee, Washington, so Seattle. I think that's it. Am I missing any other states?
Nope.
Kansas City.
I thought you said Kansas City, didn't you?
No.
Oh.
Kansas City. So anyways, our team is nationwide, and this is really cool. So if you're in Montana or you're somewhere nationwide and you want to have a brokerage team that provides all this training, our team is growing. The goal is to have 125 agents on our brokerage team by the end of the year. We're getting pretty close to about 40. And so we'd love to have you along this journey, especially if you're on the leadership side and you want to grow as a leader. We just had a realtor join our team from Chicago. I miss Chicago. Oh. And he wanted to come mainly for the leadership stuff. So if you want to be a leader and you want to help other agents grow and evolve their business, then reach out to us. We'd love to help you, especially if you're in Arizona. Jen and Israel are going to build something really fun in Arizona over the next couple of years, and we'd love to have you out that way. Okay, so let's wrap up on the book. So this is the book that we're talking about this month. We're going to talk about this every week. So if you follow along with our stuff, we prioritize education, keep your learning ahead of your earning. Any main takeaways, you two, from what you're picking up in this over the last 7 days or so? It's a really small book. If you guys go get this, it's really small. This first quarter, the focus and priority is building a foundation for the year, and learning how to be efficient with your time is probably one of the best things that you can learn. Anything you guys want to mention or comment on?
I would probably say like the biggest quote that was like, oh my gosh, like kind of an aha moment for me was when in the book it says to to become great, you must choose to allocate your time to your greatest opportunities. And like, which goes perfectly into like what you do for the scheduling and being very intentional with your schedule and having it like doing our weekly planning on Sundays and be like, okay, well, how does my schedule look like? That's also like helped me so much because it's like, okay, there's certain things that are non-negotiable that I have to do every single week. And then on that day, when if like a Tuesday I have on my calendar that I'm supposed to follow up with people, like that's like my own promise to myself that I'm supposed to follow up with people. So if I don't do it, it's like, once again, what leads am I missing? Kind of a deal. And the funny thing is, like, I actually have one lead right now where if I didn't follow up with them this past Tuesday, they would have probably not put in an application with the lender. And yeah, because I like called and he didn't answer, and then I text, and then right after I text, I saw that they went into the MLS search because I got an email about it. And then about 30 minutes later, the wife texts in our group chat and be like, hey, we submitted the application. So like in the back of my mind, it's like, imagine if I never reached out to him or tried to reach out to him, and they probably would have never made that a priority.
I love that. Yeah, and that's a huge thing with getting more done in less time is prioritize and focus on the opportunities, your bang for your buck activities, and then disregard everything else. There's a book by Peter Drucker called The Effective Executive. I don't know if you guys have read that one, but it goes along with this. It talks about how most people feed their problems and starve their opportunities, whereas most effective executives, they do the opposite, right? They feed their opportunities and they starve their problems. And so that's how you can get more done in less time, is focus on your opportunities. And because you did that, boom, now you can get a deal under close and then go get another one, right? So if you're watching this YouTube video and you want to get the book club workbook, and you can follow along with all the books we're going to read, then just comment 2026 book club down below wherever you're watching this. We'll make sure we get this out to you. Okay, so let's wrap up. Thanks a ton for watching this or rewatching it, wherever you're watching it. These are the 3 workbooks that we can give out for free from our brokerage team to help you do more business and lower the failure rate. We just recently updated the top producer workbook. So if you want this, it breaks down how to go build your schedule around time blocks, values, your business plan, and then putting that all into your schedule so you can go do more business. And then just like Jen had mentioned, focus on how do I grow my opportunities and starve the problems, eliminate distractions so I can go do more business. So if that's something that would benefit you, comment top producer schedule down below, 2026 book club, or 2026 business planning or wealth planning, and we can get those out to you. There's lots of different ways that we can provide value to you and your business. If there's anything we can do in return, reach out to us, shoot all 3 of us or one of us a DM, and we can get you into the Tuesday free worldwide training group, or we can talk to you about whether or not the brokerage team would be a good fit for you. So thanks a ton for watching this, and we'll catch you next Thursday. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Israel.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.